Skill 30 is counting problems. And these are, the reason this is early on is because they're pretty easy, but students miss them in the beginning all the time. So it's just something to get your head around pretty quickly, and you'll get some easier questions right that often confuse students. Basically, these are questions about the number of ways you can count something. Okay, so an example might be, if a license plate has two distinct letters followed by four digits, how many possible combinations are there? Okay, so when they're asking about combinations, this is a counting problem. So you can ask this in pretty hard ways, but this is a pretty straightforward question, and they can be easy to mess up. So the first most important thing is the multiplication rule. Okay. Whenever you have multiple choices to make in sequences like this, you multiply the number of options at each step together. All right. And that gives you your answer. So I call it the slot method. You should just create a little slot for each place, just like we've done here. And then you just put it in, right? We've already put it in here for you. So since they said two distinct letters, okay, that means the first possibility has 26 letters and the second possibility has 25 letters, because if it's distinct, it can't be the same one, followed by four digits. And here they haven't said distinct digits. Okay, so that's just going to be 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Remember that there are 10 digits. Sometimes students goof up and think that there are 9. Okay, so there are 10. If it said four distinct digits, then you would here have 10 times 9 times 8 times 7. Okay, and again, we're just going to multiply all of these when we're done. That's what we do here for these types of problems. Okay. So that's the basic thing. You notice that the first two spaces are 26 times 25 and then all the rest. And that comes out to 6,500,000. So as long as you draw out that diagram, the slots, and you correctly identify how many options there are at each step, okay? So if it's distinct or or without replacement is another way of talking about these. If someone's like pulling something out of a jar, then the numbers would go down like 26 to 25. But if it can repeat, then it's just going to be the same number. And remember that there are 10 digits. Okay. There is almost always a question like this on the ACT, usually somewhere in like the 20s or the 30s. And if you know this little method, then you're going to get it right.